Everybody, and welcome. That's right. You have tuned in to Real Last right here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host tonight, Mr. James Young. We bike, man. That's right. We bike. Real Labs right here. And I'm joined in virtual studio with some really good friends of mine who happy to be some funny mofos. That's right. First off, we're going to start with our official sponsor of Real Labs. He is your personal injury lawyer. He represents Kaufman and Lynn. They've been representing and winning for the good people of Orlando for over 20 years. That's right. I want y'all to give it up for my friend. He is not only a comedian, not only a award-winning lawyer, but he's also a comic book creator. We actually got to geek out today on his show Under Oath. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Y'all give it up for my man, my brother, Jeff Kaufman. What's going on, man?
Man, it feels like I did one of those 14-day probation stints. You know, when you get like a DUI and you have to serve those 14 days. Because that's about how long it feels like we've been off.
We have. We've been off for a while, man. A lot of stuff was going on. I just got back. I was doing a what do you call that? A retirement home on the water called Holland America. I just got back, man. Literally, I mean that. Not in a bad way. They gave me a breakdown of all the people that were staying on the ship, and they break it down by age. The ship holds about 2,000 passengers, and I'm not making this up. 1,800 and something were 70 and up.
I'm gonna tell you, James,
plus.
that's brave. That's brave because black people in Dutch ships historically not a good mix, bro. Historically not the best case scenario.
Circling the Caribbean. Come on.
You're right, Miguel, because a lot of those people were old enough. They reminded me, like, hey, you know, there was a time.
That not only reminded you, they remembered.
Yeah. Ezekiel, doesn't he remind you of Thomas, our houseman?
Oh yeah,
Thomas was good. We caught him reading though one day. Had to take care of that. Can't be allowing that.
He was also well spoken. James, I like how you can walk upright. Look at you.
Go upstairs with my Melissa, James, and warm her bed.
Oh, pardon me. I forgot where I was. That other voice, you know him, you love him, comedian, my brother. Y'all give it up for the man who helped start all this over 8 years ago, right here on Real Laughs, Miguel Colon Jr. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. So Holland America, huh, James, man? You were there for, how many days were you on that boat?
I think I was there for 6 days because they flew me into St. Lucia first. They had me stay at this hotel. And here's something I learned about the islands down there, man, in the Caribbean. Bro, driving, I thought I knew how to drive. I thought, man, I you know, I've done a couple of crazy things in my life. Bro, there is no lines on the road and no traffic signs. There's no speed limit. It is a free for all driving on the left side of the road, up hills, down hills, and just the road is narrow, not even 2 lanes, but you're supposed to use it like a 2-lane. Bro, it was the wildest thing I've ever done in my life, and I've like rode Velocicoaster. Like it was like that. I'm like, man.
Were you driving or was somebody driving you?
Somebody driving us, man. And
bro, I drove the first time I was in Jamaica. I had to drive standard, and I'm gonna tell you this: it's right side drive. You are not used to shifting with your left hand.
No, you're not.
You are not.
You're not.
You are not used to shifting with your left hand, and it's not that it's just. You know, especially for like me, like I drive standard, but I don't own a standard vehicle. I just everybody was taught when we were younger. You were just taught like on somebody's truck or something. Your homeboy had it something. So you know, I don't. When I drive standard, I drive, but it's not just it's all muscle memory.
Yes.
You know, like I'm not thinking. Yeah. So when you're shifting with your left hand, you are thinking about everything you're doing. And it is different, man. It is different.
You don't got time to think the way they drive, though, man.
And the thing is, because especially when you're on like a right-hand side drive over there or something like that, it's easier to overtake a car to make a right turn. But left turns, you feel like when Batman threw the hook and the wire, and he's just like sliding across, man.
Yes.
And then I had to do it drunk, you know.
Bro, my hat's off to you for being able to do any of that, man. But drunk?
No. It's just wasted. It's different because then you're just washing yourself. So I was also in the passenger seat too. Like, you're doing good. You got this. Yeah. Hey, go to sleep. I'll stay awake for both of us.
Oh, nice, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, Miguel.
Yeah. Island drivers, man. I'm like, you cool,
bro.
dog.
I thought like tourists drive crazy. You know, like when tourists are on I-4 and they see a sign that says Disney, they'll cut across 4 lanes, bro. I don't even know what they ask you to do to pass a driving test on the island.
Bring a goat. and you're like, yeah, I brought my goat. They're like, Wagwan, brother, guess what? You got no license. Whoa. That's it, man. Bring a goat. And if you bring 2 chickens, they're like, oh, you bring 2 chickens. He got restrictions on his license, you know?
Hey, man, the goat get one too.
The goat it's actually the goat's license. You have to have the goat with you when you drive.
That's why the goats were in the taxi.
Yeah. He got a CDL. That's a curry dumpling license. You know?
That is hilarious.
You always got to have a bowl of curry dumplings with you. Follow the law.
Follow the law. Hey.
Yeah.
Bro.
When you hit the horn, it steel drums. Dun, 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 dun.
Yo, is that Sebastian under the sea? I will say this, though, and Miguel, you probably empathize. Your money goes a long way. American money goes a long way over there, man.
Anytime the exchange rate's in your favor, any country where the exchange rate's in your favor, you just like.
I handed somebody a $5 bill. He dropped to his knees. He said, "Oh, my God, yes,
I can retire."
Bro,
I bought the mayor. I said, I don't want to wait in lines anymore. Mr. Mayor. He said, meh. So of course. I tell you what's crazy though, too. What's crazy too when you're over there is that so I've never been to St. Lucia. I don't know about St. Lucia. I don't know. St. Lucia, British Islands
is money. It's money.
Yeah,
is it money there.
Yeah.
Is it its own? Is it its own country or is it a colonized island? I don't
think
know.
It's colonized. I think most of them are colonized down there. I think because it's in. I think it's considered part of the Virgin Islands.
It's part of is it ABC? No, it's not the ABC. So it's Virgin
Islands. Not the ABCs. No.
Yeah. So I've only been to a few islands out there, man, and it just depends on the island.
I'm talking mess. Beautiful. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yes.
But island time, it's like, hey, dog.
Yes.
Like you think Southern time slow. Because remember when we were in South Carolina, I remember, and I lived in South Carolina high school, so South Carolina time, I want to put a bullet in my head sometimes because I'm like, you order at the restaurant and they're like, hey, hun, what can I get you? And you're like, yeah, just take a lemonade. Oh, I love our lemonade. It's fresh squeeze. And you're like, yeah, that's cool. My mama used to come like, hey, hey, goddamn lemonade, you know?
I like it. Today.
Yeah, that's why I like New York bodega time. Like, what do you want? You're like, get out of line. You don't know.
You can't do that.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know.
I've learned that with New Yorkers. You cannot dilly-dally. They don't do that.
Bro, in Boston, I ordered a sandwich I didn't want because I was looking at the sign. The guy was like, hey, what you gonna have, pal? And I looked, he goes, hey, pal. And I was like, I'll take number 2. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't want to make enemies in Boston. You know?
It comes, it's a salad. Oh
yeah. He's like just looking at me and he's like, hey, get a salad for the homo. What did I do? I ordered a salad, you racist animal.
Hey, we're gonna watch you eat the breadstick. Look at you.
Yeah, look at him. He wants a salad. No, buddy, you don't want a salad. Look at you.
Look at you.
Your boobs are sweating. Stop lying to me and everybody here. You full of sugar. That's what he wants.
That's funny. You bring up a great point because in the islands, nobody's in a hurry. Like
nobody's in a hurry.
Nobody's in a hurry down there.
You lucky they were there.
True.
Yeah. You went into the cab and there was a "be back later" sign.
Gotcha. Like, bro, how long is your break? 2 days. What?
Yeah. We can't go on break. Man, I have to take a nap first.
What is going on? Hey.
And I get it because, like, you look at the people though, they're healthy. They're happy. They're chilling. And you're like, okay, it's not that it's wrong. It's just so foreign to us.
When
the first, and this isn't the islands, but the first time I remember I went to Italy, I landed in Rome. My buddy Chris was living in Rome. He was going to John Cabot University. And I was going to stay there for like a month with him. And I was excited as blast. So I get to his apartment and while we're talking, he lives dead in the city. His shower's like leaking. I'm like, what's up with your shower? He's like, I got to get a new shower head, but I just haven't had time. He's going to school and everything there. So he never had time. So I said, hey, tell me where the hardware store is. I'll get a new shower head. I'll replace it while you're in class. He's like, all right, great. So I go to the store and I went probably like 2:00 in the afternoon. Well, they're having like a siesta, Yeah. But I walked into the store and I walk right in. I get the shower head, right? I go up to the counter and then the guy comes out and he doesn't speak much English, right? I hate when I say that. No, it's not that he doesn't speak much English. I didn't speak Italian. So funny of me. He didn't speak much English. Oh no, I didn't speak Italian. That's the problem. So I didn't speak Italian. So he goes and gets like the little kid. You know, every little kid in the world now speaks 3 languages. He goes and gets the little kid. The little kid's like talking to me. He's like, "Oh, we're going." It must have been a little earlier than 2 because he's like, "We're going on a siesta." It's cool. I said, "Oh, okay." And so in Europe, one of the things that's cool is every price is the price with the tax included into it. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you got to figure it out. So I'm looking at it. It's like $30. So I'm like, "Here, man, just take the 30. And I'll just take this." He's like, "You come back when we open. We're going to open in a little bit. We're going to close right now." They're not even closed yet. And I'm like, "No, just take it. And he's like, No. You come back. And I'm like,
wait. He was going to give you the shower head, but tell you to come back. No,
he was telling me to come back to buy it.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't going to take the money right now. They were getting ready to close.
We're feeling like closing in a second.
Yeah, we're feeling like closing soon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is why the European Union is suffering financial problems. Because
you won't take my money.
Yeah. In America, the guy would have been like, "Sure," and take the money. And then as I left, he'd be like, "Hey, Sal, some guy stole a shower head."
Yeah. You know? So he really just didn't want to just take the money, simply put it in the register and let you take the shower head.
Yeah.
He's like,
"No."
Nah,
he was like, "You
come
back,
man.
And I was like, maybe they're closed, like, like something's up. But it's like, no, they were getting ready to close. They hadn't even closed yet. That's like I went to a cafe with my boy Chris. Our waiter took our order. Then he walked outside and smoked a cigarette.
What?
We were watching him, and he hadn't put the order in. Like he took our order down and then walked right out the side door and smoked a cigarette. And I was like, he put our order in, like smoked the cigarette after our order's in, you know?
Yeah, I know that place. It's called the Ale House. It happens to me all the time,
bro.
Yeah, man. It's just like
the Ale House will ask you, "Do you want to go outside and smoke one with them?" Like, "Hey, man,
yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
We have different senses of what's urgent, and they're not wrong, but
no,
we're right.
Yes,
we are right.
Yeah, and nobody stresses in those islands. Like, you don't see workers stressing out.
No problem, man.
Nah, no problem. They don't do any of that. They're like, "Nah, man, it's all good, man." I'm like, "Hey, man, I need to get to the airport."
Hurricane's coming.
True.
Dude, I was on a boat and the guy was the whole time, no problem. Then he crashed into the dock. Big problem.
Yeah.
Wow. It was amazing how fast these people lost their mind when they thought they almost sunk the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sheriff came up. He was like, "Meh."
My God. Well,
let me see your license. And where are your curtains? You know.
Hey, but before we go to break, I do have to shout out all the wonderful people on that ship. They may have been older, but I gained like 2,000 grandparents on that ship. They were nothing but kind. I've never been given so many Werther's Original and peppermints in my life. Thank you guys for those. Those were awesome, man. I met a great guy. He's a pharmacist. I got to shout him out. Ed Baker and his entire family made me feel right at home. I met some Canadians, man. Those Canucks are crazy. God bless them. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Holland American. I had a great time, man. But I did come across something that I didn't know how to kind of navigate, and I want to know if I'm doing something wrong. I want to play a game with you guys when we get back from the break. I want to ask you how you think the world sees this. Is it a problem? And I want you to tell me if you personally see it as a problem. Then I want you to tell me if you think my wife, Michelle, would see this as
Does it involve any other women doing anything?
I'm going to say yes before you're going to ask me the question. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at him look to the left, Michelle.
No, she's not here. She's taking a walk. We'll be right back right here on Real Last Real Radio 104.1. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you because you are still listening to Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host tonight, Mr. James John. It feels good to be back on air. We've been off for about 2 weeks, guys, going through some stuff, taking care of some business, but we are back. That's right. I'm joined in virtual studio with some really good friends of mine, Miguel Colon Jr. and Jeff the Batman Kaufman. Now, guys, I want to get your advice because sometimes in life you need to reach out to your friends, your boys, the people that you trust to get an honest opinion.
Are the only people willing to listen to you? Go ahead.
Well, pretty much, yes. That's what I mean.
Right.
People that are willing to listen to my nonsense out there, man. I was on the boat, cruise ship working, and it's my second one that I've done. And I'm a pretty friendly social guy, so I like to meet everybody. I've met so many people like passengers, and that's great. But I do meet the crew members too. There's another entertainer on board, and it was a young lady named Charlie Blue. She's from England. She played the not saxophone, I'm sorry. She played the violin and she sang. Really good performer, nice girl. She was very friendly, not in a bad way, but she assumed I could do certain things that I don't know if I'm allowed to do. And I wanted to get
like
tap dance.
Rude of her. That was rude of her.
Oh, no,
but then you showed her.
I did. I showed her I could do it. Soft
shoe. You and her went down the stairs.
Like she was excited, like some of the other entertainers I've met in my life. Like I've met young female comedians before, and they asked me to do certain things, and I know I can't do certain things on land, like go somewhere with someone and have coffee, even if it's just a platonic thing. It doesn't work within my parameters of my relationship. Right. I'm good with that. That's mine. But on the boat, as entertainers, it's not a lot where you can go, and people. I see other entertainers do this, men and women. They would get together and just hang out, have coffee, not go in each other's rooms or whatnot. And I thought to myself, do the rules at sea, are they different than the rules on land? I want to get you, your opinion on this. Okay, help me out.
Rules in your house, not the rules at land and sea. Yeah. It is. If Jeff goes, and this is the truth, if Jeff takes a colleague out for coffee, now, I tell you this, I think all of us like to let our girl, hey, I'm going to take Melissa, Jeff's girl. We're going to go grab a cup of coffee because we were talking about something.
That's different.
You let them know, but you let them know. But, maybe you just say, I had a cup of coffee today with blah, blah, blah. Your girl might do it. I had a cup of coffee with Greg and blah, blah, blah. Oh, what you guys talk about? But you have different rules, James, because everybody else is allowed to take a colleague, like, help us out, James. Set the parameters of you guys' relationship. You can't take any female colleague out.
No, that would not be cool.
And that's not how it is with everybody else's relationship.
No, it's not. And I respect that.
No. Yeah. So the rules at sea and land aren't the question here. It's are your rules.
No. Maritime laws. Like
James, in international water, all's fair. That's my policy. I'm like, we had to kill him, guys. You get it.
Hold on a second. There's something about entertainers.
Yes.
When you hang out with other entertainers, because you are separate from the people you're entertaining. I mean, whether you like it or not,
yes. I get that.
You could share. There's a camaraderie around entertainment.
There is.
So if you sat there, had a drink, and talked about shows and talked about creativity and stuff like that, that's a typical conversation you would have in a green room.
True.
I mean, I don't see any difference. I mean, there's a difference between, hey, let's go on the island and do some shopping together.
Yes.
Yeah. In comparison to me sitting at the place having coffee on the ship, talking about, oh, where'd you work? Where do you work? And tell stories on the road.
Exactly. And there's always the respect. Like you said, nobody goes in each other's rooms. Because that's just, I get it. You don't want to be like, nobody wants to hear your girlfriend was hanging out having a cup of coffee in this guy's room. You don't know. You don't want to be, and you don't want to be like, I was having a cup of coffee with this girl in a room. It's a lot different. But 100% having a cup of coffee, hanging out, especially with a colleague. They're a colleague of yours. And like Jeff was saying, you like to chop it up, but the hang is the most important part.
That's what we love.
Hang keeps it going. And anybody who's in your crew like that, that's part of the hang,
Yes. Yes.
So true. No, there's nothing wrong. If Michelle, if you're listening,
but in your situation,
I don't know why he's talking about this. He's disrespecting you right now.
We told him no.
We told him no.
He convinced us.
He hit me from the satellite phone. I said, James, no.
I love how every one of my friends, my close ones, the ones I love, you, Jeff, just already know I'm selling James out. I ain't dealing with Michelle.
Because here's the thing: as long as Michelle likes me, you can still hang out with me.
Yes,
that's true. That's how it works.
So you might be grounded for a weekend, but then we could go out and hang again.
You banned.
You can't ground James. Oh, James, you're not allowed to leave the house. Okay, baby, I got laundry to fold. Amy's in the kitchen cooking bread.
Yeah, I'm the only one your wives trust. Because they're going, he's just there to pay the bill. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what we tell her, man.
He's saving us money, baby.
But let me ask you guys, just to reverse it, just to get just to look at it from the other perspective.
Turn that cowgirl around. Let's do it.
All right, here. Wow, I love that. for you guys, have you ever had situations where you were dating girls in relationships with them and they had guy friends and
oh no, we're not doing that.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Jeff Batman Coffin, what are you saying?
We're not doing that.
No,
so she can't.
Not
even
happening.
If she had a home.
I don't even like when they're gay. That's how about that.
Damn, Jeff.
Yep,
bruh.
Yep.
Man,
you know why? Because I don't trust anything with a penis. I'll be honest.
They're out there lying to you then because they were hanging out with their guy friend. They're just lying to you.
Then you know what? Then you know what? Lie to me. Lie to me.
No, don't lie to me. Don't lie.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You don't want to know that she knew dudes before.
I don't want to know about old boyfriends. I don't want to know about I had coffee with somebody. Don't tell me.
So your girl can't have a dude friend or colleague and have coffee. Like that's not in the for you.
But you could have girlfriends.
No, I don't have girlfriends.
Okay,
no, I don't.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So that's an agreed rule for both parties.
No, I've learned in my many years on this planet, that it always leads to bad things.
Really? I know this.
No matter even if we're just friends. We were performing on the boat together, and things got out of hand. We were drinking a little, we were smoking a little bit.
But she's gonna do that anyway. Then
out of hand.
She's gonna do that anyway. Then.
But I'm not okaying it. I ain't opening the door to it. Hey, please, hello, my baby, hello, my darling.
So you okay? Now she's lying to you about
it.
So
Jeff, let me ask this question, Jeff. So if you had a girl that was like me, an entertainer, and she was just having coffee like you talked about as a colleague,
that was fine.
You would have
just a minute ago.
You would have a problem with it?
Okay, let me explain.
Backpedal out of this.
I'm gonna make this clear. The answer. Here's the problem, and I've always learned this, and I'm gonna say this, and you guys are gonna realize this when I'm around people.
Okay, all right.
If I'm with somebody, if I'm dating somebody, I never look another woman in the eyes.
Okay.
You and it's so funny how the women I'm around 24/7, nobody realizes it.
Okay.
That I don't make eye contact with them.
You don't even look that way.
No, I don't want to open the door to it. I don't want to do this.
What?
I'm open the door to, hey, I might be interested
Jeff,
in him.
Jeff, I guarantee
I don't give up
they're not checking you out like that's the D I want right there.
Yes, they are.
You don't think they go, let's see. Decent looking guy, attorney, head of his own firm, problem.
Yeah, if that guy showed up, but we're talking about you.
Well, I am that guy.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You son of a
Jeff,
bitch.
Man, dude, you really think
James is funny. James is cuddly, man. Women, I love James. You know what I mean? Women go, I love everybody meets him. Yeah.
You really
every woman I've ever met likes you.
You don't look them in the eye.
Nobody ever says a bad word for you. I never do. And nobody notices.
What you're trying to avoid?
Ridiculous.
No, I get what he's saying. He's trying to say
you're trying to avoid human interaction with a girl.
No, it's not human interaction.
I was married for 25 years.
I know what he's doing. I get it. No, what you're saying is I'm not looking at a woman because I don't want anyone to be able to say I saw Jeff checking somebody out.
But eye contact.
No.
What are you looking at when you talk to them? What are you looking at when they talk to you then?
Everywhere.
So that's
people just think I'm deep. They don't realize I'm not looking at them.
So you pontificate, you like.
Miguel, believe it or not, I told a good friend of mine, she was like, we were having this conversation. It was a friend of mine's wife. Mm-hmm. And I was talking, and it was the first time she realized in 7 years that I had never looked her in the eyes. Because people don't pay attention.
Do you? The minute she realized that?
No. I'm not saying
that.
What did she say?
Eye contact.
I want to know what did you say?
Long-term relationships don't allow for that. Man.
But they didn't work out. So I mean, like, it's not like it works. It's like saying, you know what I'm saying? I robbed 36 banks. What are you doing?
Man, they didn't even have hot pockets when I was single. That's how long it's been.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Miguel. Yeah. What's just asking? Not trying to pry in your business. What's the parameters for you when you're dating somebody? And you have
you do have to set them. You do have to set them on the truth, and the truth is on what you're comfortable with. So the truth is, you can't be like, oh no, you like that. I'm fine with it. But I mean. Eye contact, 100% making eye contact with everybody I talk to.
Because you're a good communicator, and that's part of being a good communicator.
Miguel, what's the longest relationship? When was the last time you had a long term?
So I get it, like 2 years, but also like I'm not making eye contact, guys. That's not what you should be doing to survive a relationship.
Do you think in a relationship right now? I'm gonna say this. And I have a question because this is a tough one.
Yeah.
You think you could be in a long term relationship with somebody
that made eye contact with guys?
No, and still work where you work.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you just have to be hard, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah,
but and I give you credit.
And how many women would live with that though?
Let me talk.
Oh, it just depends.
1 second.
Yeah.
Let me talk.
Yeah.
I'm a witness to this. I've seen women that he's in relationships with, and here's what Miguel does. And I'm not just saying this because this is my friend, and I'm not trying to talk for you, Miguel. Forgive me.
No,
Miguel
please. I appreciate
is extremely honest and upfront with any woman he's involved with. He is extremely honest and upfront. This is what I do. Here's where I'm working. If you're not good with that, we shouldn't start this. If you can't deal, yes. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, Miguel.
Oh, sorry. I said I have insecurities, and the International Man Council cut that out because they're like, "Nah, you too secure, player." No, I got insecurities, and I try to address them because they're going to cause a problem in this relationship if I'm not checking myself for them and we're not watching them. And I have been cheated on. You know, that's happened too, guys. Yes. You know, but I will not make eye contact with a woman. I will not go to that extreme. I do understand certain things like, hey, I don't want a girl, you know, girls tell me I don't want you going on a trip with another woman. I think that's reasonable.
Me too.
I get that, man. You know what I'm saying?
So
I get that. That's 100% reasonable. But, you know, you grew up with Jimmy down the street. He's known you 35 years. He was there when your father was buried.
Yes.
And you can't have a cup of coffee with him because I can't deal with that? No.
Nah.
No.
You're willing to listen and like, does that make sense? Because you know, like, bro, I've known this
guy. Let me tell you this. Growing up, people would stop by, check on my household stuff. My dad would go check on his buddies' wives and girlfriends, like, hey, so-and-so's gonna be deployed. And I get it. I know what people think, but at the end of the day, like, you can care about people and not be trying to do them, and they can care about people not be. But if they want to cheat on you,
they're gonna do it regardless. Yeah, they are.
They're gonna cheat on you, whether you looked them in the eye or you didn't.
Yes.
You know? And somebody always says the same thing when it comes to the cheating stuff. They go, I don't know when it started. It was doing this happened. This did this. This did that. The fact is that shutting a door is a shut door. And if you keep it shut, the minute you open it up, that could be a problem. You know, people take things differently.
Yeah. But I mean, you shut the door. It's happening behind the door. You're just the idiot who doesn't know.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe.
I think as a lot of men agree, cheating is a crime of opportunity. And if you put yourself out there and that opportunity happens, you know, oh, I was stuck on a boat for 8 days. I was doing this for 12 days. I was on vacation for this long. We were alone. We're the only people we had to talk to. I mean, there's always a reason. And
me and Busey say when we're doing business with somebody, if we find out they openly, like, they cheat on their wife, we're like, we're never going to put ourselves in a business situation where we trust them too much. Because if they could cheat on the person that they swore in front of their family and their God that they would never hurt, they're going to eventually cheat on us.
Yeah, they don't care nothing about us. Yeah, they got no personal investment in us. Yeah, that's a good one, Miguel. Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to cheat on the woman that you professed before God and your friends that you never hurt, and you cheat on her, you don't give a damn about me.
Damn about us. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's a great way to end. We'll be right back. Real Laughs, Real Radio 104.1. Back, everybody. You are still laughing with Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, James Yon, and I'm in studio with some really good, funny mofos that you guys know and love, Miguel Colon Jr. and Jeff the Batman Kaufman. I want to remind you guys that if you don't follow us on social media, do yourself a favor and us and go to your Facebook right now. Go to Instagram, like us, follow us, comment, share all this hilarity so we can keep this going. We're trying to get up to 500 followers on YouTube. So please go there, find Real Laughs, subscribe, like, comment, and share, my people. Now, I wanted to ask you guys just a simple question, man. It's the season. That's right. It's the holiday season once again. And I wanted to kind of know two things. Okay, what's your traditions of Christmas as an adult now? Like, what do you guys plan to do? Do you get out of town?
You want to lead with Christmas traditions?
He has them.
I do. I have one.
Wait. And then my second thing is, what does Christmas mean to you as an adult now? How hard do you go for Christmas, or is it just it's okay? So we'll start with Jeff. Jeff, I know you're a guy, a creature of habit. So you always have a plan when it comes to holidays. So what is your habit, and do you go hard at Christmas?
You know, it's not about the tree or anything. We got a tree up. We got a couple of things.
Yes.
But I always make sure my Christmas Eve deal is I go to a random Waffle House. I tip the crap out of every waiter, but I have to do this. It has to be stealthy as hell because or it'll blow up in your face.
Yeah.
You gotta do this. You gotta walk up to your waitress and you tell your waitress, you say, listen, I'm gonna tip the hell out of everyone here, but I also gotta cover everybody's bill who's eating. I'm talking all 20 tables, whatever they have filled up.
That is awesome.
And I gotta leave everybody, the fry people, the manager, everyone else is getting $100, but you gotta do it so that nobody's gonna know it's me.
Right.
You know, I don't care if the staff knows because they'll keep a secret.
Yes.
But I can't let everybody know in here that I covered their bill because I don't want anybody coming up to me.
Yes. Because they're gonna it might go further. Yeah.
You know, yeah, because I don't want anybody. I want to be able to get. I'm like stealthy as hell. I get the hell out. You don't want to be like a ninja.
You don't want any of that. You just want to do something kind and be anonymous, not try to get a bunch of publicity for it or a pat on the back.
What I love about it is this: not only do you take care of the people, but there's a story they tell forever.
Yeah,
true.
They say some dude, we don't even know his name. Yeah. He came in, paid for all the tables, tipped the hell out of us, and blew out of there like a ninja. You know, didn't want any credit, didn't want anything, and people might not believe the story.
Yeah.
When it feels more like a myth than it what do you mean? What do you mean? Some rando? They go, yeah, some dude just paid everyone's table, gave everybody a Franklin, and snuck out the front door.
Especially
man,
at a
can you
Waffle
imagine
House.
That dude who robbed that Waffle House that day? What a score! Hey man, I was like IHOP or Waffle House, and it was like a devil and an angel on my shoulder, and the devil said Waffle House, Jerome. And man, what a night!
Hey, my question is this: you don't have to say the location, but do you go to the same one every year, or you pick a different one?
No, it a lot of times it depends on what I can do because I flew back on Christmas Eve last year. And I got in. I mean,
what was that like first in the airport?
Christmas Eve isn't bad because everyone flies early. But I got in Christmas Eve. It was like 11 o'clock, and I took an Uber with our bags directly to the Waffle House. We ate, we got our stuff, and we got the hell out of there. And this year, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to be here. But I might be across the border in the northern
Jeff,
country.
Do you want to give me a stack of cash and just tell me what Waffle House to go to? And then you're gonna hear on TV, it's so nice, he get here by $20.
Yeah.
He bought everybody's hash browns.
That is funny. Hey, let everybody get smothered. Not covered.
Yeah.
Smothered. Yeah.
Whoa, not covered.
Not covered. That is hilarious.
But yeah, I love playing Santa.
Okay. Do you normally do it? I know you do. You are a great gift giver, and I'm gonna talk about that in just a second. Now, do you do it on like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? You just it's whatever you have available.
It's normally Christmas Eve, but sometimes I've had to delay it a day or two depending on what I'm doing. But in my office, I do the same thing though. I Secret Santa. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna say this. I am jealous of Jeff Kaufman's office. Me and Miguel will go there for meetings, and everybody will come out like, "Hey, did you see these new Nikes I got? Jeff just bought it for the whole office." Hey, man, we took a trip to New York. He got us all overnight stays at 5-star resorts and took us to Broadway, bro.
Jeff went back in time and saved my grandma.
Yeah. Bro, you give amazing gifts, my friend, and I know you don't brag about it, but you do amazing things.
Hey,
throughout
I like when people are blown away. I like when people you do something and they go, it's a wow thing, because very rarely when people work, the person that is in charge of their checks walk up to them and go, hey, I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you do for us. And there's lip service by telling him that. And then there's the Missouri, the show me state.
Amen.
And I think when you buy somebody a gift that's tailor-made to them, when they go, how did he know? How did he know that this gift was for me?
What's going to make me feel this way? This particular gift, not something that everybody gets. Yeah. And I got to shout out Busey, because Busey takes care of you guys, Miguel.
Yeah. Oh, Busey's a beast. Yeah.
He does. He takes care of you.
We're lucky. We're a boutique shop. There's really only 5 of us in the whole company, counting Mike.
Yeah.
And it's a very open place. Like me, Rowdy Rob, Chris, and Mike, we'll duke it out hard on things. If we believe in something, and that, it's something I've told Mike from the beginning is I will argue why I think something is right if I disagree with you, and then in the end, what your decision is, I'll execute.
Amen.
But I will tell you why.
Without prejudice.
Yeah, without prejudice.
Yeah.
That's the decision. I will execute it. And if ever there comes a time when I just can't execute it, then that is when I have to part here. But that's I don't see that coming like that. But I will argue tooth and nail behind closed doors what I feel is the right thing if we're in a conflict like that. But at the end of the day, that is my opinion to you as to what I think should be done. And then you give me the go-to and I'll execute it. And like I said, if ever there was something that I just felt we couldn't, like, was wrong, if it was a moral thing, that would be a whole nother object. That'd be something
different. That's different. Yes.
Well, let me tell you the hard part about this. And this is, I can agree with Miguel on certain levels, but here's the deal. If your people are with you because they believe in you, and if they believe in you, they'll put their opinion up, but they do know that they trust you to make that final decision. And it's when that person in front of you does not trust you, it means that they don't have faith in how you're running this company anymore, and they probably should work somewhere else.
Amen.
Yeah.
And that's a hard decision. I've had to tell people, listen, you are obviously better than I am. You are smarter. You have different, you believe you can do better things. And I think you should do that. And I mean, I've acquiesced to other people's opinion before.
Amen.
But when somebody keeps yelling at me or arguing because they want something a specific way, then it means that they don't trust what I'm doing. And these aren't moral issues.
No,
these are decisions. The way things should be done sometimes. And that's when you got to part company. And I know some people are listening to this going, well, we have free reign. No, you're not the one who takes the risks in the end.
Yeah.
You're not the one responsible for the checks. You're not the one who's up all night hoping you make payroll at the end of the month.
Amen.
You don't know what that's like. And I'm not saying that every boss or person responsible feels that way. I have felt that way for the better part of 28 years. So I know the stress is going to kill me someday.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I do think that the things I do for the people I care about, which is everybody who works with me, might buy me a couple more years.
But I will say this, as a guy who's worked for some questionable bosses, can I just say that? I see.
What do you mean? You mean like the heads of the Tyke Mike show? What are we talking about?
See, what you're gonna see? You're going to get me in so much trouble because they're gonna be like,
isn't that? I thought it was the comedy show called this Thursday night, the Tyke Mike show. Is that what it's called?
Wow. No, not buying into you, sir. No, I'm not doing that. But I will say
number one program in all of Senegal, Jim.
I will say I work for some horrible bosses, and I just want to say this, man. I want to show love when it's due. First off, Jeff, with you, the way you treat your people, the way you go all out for them, they can't say a bad thing about you. Are you a pain in the butt sometimes? Absolutely, we all are. But you are a good man with a good heart. And Busey, I've been around him. He's told me to my face, Miguel, I love Miguel. He says that is my right. Like, I love him. He loves you.
We've been
like,
rolling 15 years together. When we were in a walk-in closet and we were like I tell everybody. I remember when he shot Jelly Roll's first video. We had nothing, nothing. And I remember we had spent $80 on Taco Bell, and I was like, this Jelly Roll kid, he better work out because I'm not gonna have any lights this weekend.
So you think you'll ever make it, Miguel?
Yeah, man, one day.
I'm going to see him at he's playing the Tortuga Festival.
Yes, he is.
Man.
He's actually one of the headliners. So I already have my tickets. I got my room.
Jelly and Mike been homeboys 15 years, and I've
awesome.
Jelly Roll is not. I always tell people Jelly Roll is not my friend. He's Mike's friend, but I've had 15 years with him, knowing him and stuff. And he's somebody I'm just super proud of because, he's been Mike's homeboy for 15 years. For 15 years, I've known Jelly. For 15 years, I've watched him. And he's always talked so passionately and pure and happy and honest. And he was always such a good guy that it's nice, man. It's nice to see guys like that do well. And him and Mike are still really close. He was just on a podcast. Every time he's on a podcast and Mike's name comes up, he was on Steve-O's podcast because Steve-O and Mike are good friends. They were talking about it. When he was with Tony Hinchcliffe just a while ago, and they FaceTime Mike. And I was like, I'm happy too. I'm happy too because here's the thing. I know we're talking about Christmas, but I'll say this is I've been riding with Mike 15 years. Mike built this thing, and I helped him support it. I tell everybody 100 times, Mike could have built this without us. but we played a role in keeping this going, and that's what I'm proud of too.
Nice.
And that's the thing, because a lot of people try to do that whole, because they're with somebody this whole time and they're like, I built this. No, I didn't build this. You know how many times I didn't think this was going to work, but I was like, let's do it. Let's do it because I know you believe in it.
You followed him down the path.
You followed him. Yes, you believed in him. You trusted him. Yes, that's part of it.
There's lots of successful guys who do that. And I tell you this, Christmas-wise, you were asking, James, I'll tell you this part. Me and my family get together now. We hang out.
Yes.
I cook, we hang out. Gift-wise, we do a Christmas draft. Everybody pulls a name, and you spend money on that one person. And you get to spend
smart.
You get to spend money you like on that person. You get to buy them that thing they really want. Because you're like, oh, I'm only going to spend $250 on Christmas. I can get somebody something that they really want. But we're older. We've got each other. We got jobs. Everybody stocking stuffs each other's stuff with little things that they want for each other. But it's not that like we're above the presidents. It's not that. It's less. We don't want each other to feel obligated to run around and get me things, but we want everybody to get together when they can. And
that's
so like a couple years ago, my dad, he rented out this whole cabin over in Georgia, and just rented it out for the whole family. It was my mom's family too. Remember, my dad and my mom have been divorced for 20-some years.
But they're friends.
Yeah. And he rented it out, and his wife Terry and my mom are friends. And it was his wife Terry and my grandmother, my dad's mother, and then my mom's mother, my Aunt Maria, my sister, her late husband Joel, my younger sister, and me, and then all the dogs and stuff. And we had like an 8-bedroom cabin in Georgia, just all of us hanging out. And that's something that I cherish, man, because like my mom and my dad, it's my mom did the hard work. My dad listens to the show. I'll tell you, Pop. My mom did hard work to make sure that after they're divorced, we felt like a family.
Amen.
And my mom did hard work. And she is like, my dad's a great dad, and I love him because he's a great dad. My dad's wife, Terry's amazing too. She's part of my life, 20-something years. But nobody can attest that my mother put the work in to make sure our family stayed a family.
You know how I feel. I love your mom. I love your family. You know that, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Wait, I'll tell you this. I'm sorry, we about to wrap up.
I was gonna just ask you a question real quick.
Yeah,
you do Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Now we do Christmas Day. We used to do it both. The Latin tradition, but now it's it's easier to have Christmas Day. Because sometimes Christmas Eve people are still getting in town or people are still doing stuff.
Travel.
But Christmas Day we do it now.
That's beautiful. Love that, man. Shout out to the Cologne family, man. Shout out to Mr. Kaufman and his loved ones, man. I appreciate you guys and everything that you do. I just want to tell you, brothers, I love you. It's good to be back. I'm glad we're on the radio doing this thing once again. I want to go around real quick so people know where they can follow us this weekend before they get into the full the full Christmas swing of trying to buy gifts, because it's going to be crazy out here, y'all.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Kaufman, tell everybody what we be doing on Saturdays.
We got Under Oath. We got our Under Oath show. We got WWE wrestler. God, what the hell's wrong with me? Avalanche.
Oh, nice, man.
Yep.
Nice.
Avalanche on. It's going to be really cool. And I do want to say something, because I know we're not going to say it, but I'm going to say this. I'm praying for my comedy brother, Ken. I want him to find peace. I want him to find his comedy, and I want to hope he finds his joy again.
Amen.
He's in my heart every day. So I'm saying that.
Well, we miss the crap out of him and love him.
Yeah, we do. Our family is not a family without him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and speaking of Ken, Miguel, what do you got going on this week, brother?
I will be with Ken Miller, Ross Padgett, Carmen Vallone, Ali Flores, Type Mike, Catherine Maloney, Will Mills, Dwayne Williams, and Santa Claus himself at the Orlando Funny Bone for Ken Plus 10 Comedy Toy Drive. It's going to be a great line with a bunch of great comics, and it's for charity. So bring toys. I'm on the show. The promo code is TOYS. You want complimentary tickets? Please toys. Support this toy drive. Ken's been doing this forever, and it means a lot to the community.
And you broke up just a little bit. I want everybody to know.
You broke up a lot.
Where they can get tickets. This happened on December 12th at 7 p.m. But they can get tickets where?
You can go to Funny Bone, and you can get tickets on funnybone.com, Orlando Funny Bone, and use the promo code TOYS.
Nice, and get these free tickets. And
I won't be there, but I am dropping off a crap load of toys.
Yes, you are.
Because we're doing a movie for about 800 people at the Fashion Square Mall. So,
gotcha.
But I will deliver on Santa. The Jewish version of Santa will deliver his bag of toys.
Very nice. And real quick, I want to shout out to this weekend. I'm going to actually be in Gregory's Comedy Club in Cocoa Beach. You guys can go to gregoryscomedy.com or gregorysteakhouse.com. Get those tickets right now, man. It's a good place, man. Love it. You can get a great meal and get a good show if you guys want to check that out. And also, I got to shout out Mr. Devin Siebold, the founder of Real Laughs. He is actually the headliner at the Orlando Funny Bone on New Year's Eve. That's a big deal to actually get that gig on New Year's Eve. So congratulations to him. And I'm actually on the show opening up for my good friend. So if you guys want to get ticket, go to funnyboneorlando.com. Get those tickets right now. They're going to sell out pretty fast. Thank you guys for listening to us, man. On behalf of Miguel Colon Jr., Jeff Batman Coffin, and myself, James John, we love you. See you guys tomorrow night. Tell them what to do, Jeff.
Take your ass to bed.
We out.